DreAllDay.com.
Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. Today's daily motivation is touching on what we talked about yesterday. Yesterday, I told you that freedom and security kind of work in opposite ways. If you want freedom, you give up security. You want security, you got to give up freedom. So today, I'm going to tell you on that freedom side, because I think many of you, at least the people who come into my world, you are looking for that freedom. You want the freedom to do what you want, think what you want, live how you want. And I am completely on the same page with you. And here's what you need to understand. If you want to be free, you must be disciplined. Freedom, and this is a paradoxical idea that a lot of people, it kind of breaks their brain a little bit when they first hear it. But once I explain it, you get it. Or even if you just think about it a little bit, you may get it. Is that if you want to be completely free, the most important attribute that you're going to need to support that freedom is discipline. You're going to need parameters. You're going to need standards. You're going to need standard operating procedures, as we say in business. Now, why is this? Because some people might hear this and think, all right, well, freedom just means now I'm a free spirit. I get to do whatever I want, however I want, whenever I want, wherever I want, with whomever I want. It's just open season, just live how I want to live and do anything that I want to do. And that's how it sounds on the surface. Like when you first hear it, that's what it thinks. Like freedom, like anything you want, everything goes, right? But if you really think about it, if you're going to be free and you're a functioning adult and you have some responsibilities to yourself, let alone to others, the most important thing you're going to need is discipline. You're going to need structure in your life, because the security that you gave up from the places where you had to trade your freedom, let's say if you had a job, now you run a business. Okay, if your business is going to produce results as consistently as the job that you worked at produced results, i.e., you're going to be able to pay yourself the same way the job paid you, then guess what? You need structure, you need organization, you need systems, because that business that you started now has to produce the same way that your job used to produce. And if it doesn't, then you might end up having to go back to that job for the security, and you got to trade your freedom all over again. So the number one thing that freedom requires is for you to be disciplined. You want to be free to, let's say, for example, you're an athlete. You're a person who works out. You don't even have to be an athlete. You're a person who works out, and you've worked with trainers before, but you don't want to have a trainer anymore. You just want to work out by yourself, and you don't want to pay a trainer. You don't want to deal with a trainer. You don't want to be on the trainer's schedule. You just want to do all of the stuff on your own. But what's the number one thing you're going to need to do to replace what that trainer brought to the table? Number one thing is not necessarily the expertise, because maybe you know a good amount that you can keep yourself in shape. Number one thing you need is the structure that the trainer was providing. Because when you have a trainer, guess what? Every workout, the trainer's telling you what to do. The trainer's not letting you stop working out when you get tired. The trainer's pushing you for that extra set when you don't feel like doing it. And the trainer represents a schedule. All right, every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 o'clock, we're at the gym. Can you provide that same structure for yourself without the trainer in place? See, that's the number one thing that you need, is the discipline. And again, I'm using these as examples, but you can apply these to any aspect of your life. When you want freedom, the most important thing you need to support that freedom is you must be disciplined, you must be structured, you must be systematic, and you must be self-accountable. You have to hold yourself accountable, or you and your organization, whether it's you and if it's you and 10 other people, whatever, all of you have to be very structured and organized in your process. That creates the security. That security comes from the fact that there's discipline and structure in place. So don't think that freedom, when you hear that word, that it means it's just recess and your whole life just becomes a zoo of everybody just doing whatever they feel like doing. Technically, that can be true, but usually that doesn't last too long, because if there's no structure, no organization, usually there's not going to be any results. Are you following me? So any of you who wants freedom, number one thing you need to be looking at is, okay, I want freedom. I want to have freedom. I'm going to get freedom. Where's my discipline? Because that discipline is the number one supporting structure you need for that freedom. So with that said, send me a text message. I send out, or you can send me a text message. You can ask me with your questions, your challenges, your needs, whatever you're working on business-wise. I send out text messages as well there to keep you focused, sharp, and on point intermittently. You want to get that, be in my text community. Text me at my number, 305-384-6894. Make sure you do all the YouTube stuff while you're here. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, like the video, share the video, leave a comment. Let me know what's the best action step you took from what you heard in today's daily motivation. And Work on Your Game University, where I'm working with the people who are in the top 2% of ambition, goals, drive, and want to be in the top 2% in outcomes. Go to workonyourgameuniversity.com. That is the only place that I offer any coaching, only place I work with anybody directly. Workonyourgameuniversity.com. That link and the number to the text are both down below in the description to this video. Have a great day. Work on your game. Dre all